Welcome back to Instables, everyone. Again, going over our intraday swing and long perspective here on the daily chart as we are closing below our 20-day moving average. Again, after yesterday's gravestone doji with that rejection to the upside, looking to see if we would close below our 20-day moving average, and we very much are now closing below our 20-day as we're leading into next Wednesday's Fed minutes, where the Feds will give us an update on where monetary policy is. Will we have more tightening, or are we exactly where we need to be to have a possible bounce back here in the market? I'm going to go over exactly what will give us confirmation leading into Wednesday, what we're looking for going into next week. Hit the like button if you enjoy, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and if you are a day trader, if you're looking for pre-market news before market open, looking for those major volatile breakouts that you want to be watching throughout the day, go to instables.com in the description below, and for only $15 a month, you will never miss a breakout alert today. Again, let's jump into this one. So jumping into the SPY with you guys here again, looking at our intraday perspective off the bat here again, dropping below our 20-day moving average here, looking to see if we will get that possible rejection to the upside as our 20-day has been curling up here, or if we possibly will close above our 20-day moving average here for a possible continuation. That's what we're looking out for going into this week. Our recent candle structure, again, sitting on a gravestone doji, following through on that gravestone doji, and again, having a bounce here at our 405 level, not continuing below our 405 level for that continuation of 401 that we did mention, but very much looking to see if we will, again, as we are closing on the lower end of our body here, and then now testing exactly here on our 20-day, we will see exactly what happens. Intraday, we will be looking for a possible rejection to the upside, as we are looking to see if we can respect either resistance to the downside or support to the upside. So looking at our 4-hour chart, what I would be looking for here is to see if we do, again, come back up, possibly continue on lower with our 20, below our 50, and then we do possibly get that bearish candle structure on our 4-hour chart again for that possible continuation on lower. That is that intraday perspective move. But again, on the daily chart, we very much are looking to see if we will retest our 50-day moving average and continue on below our 20 here, as we do again have on our EMA lines our 12 and our 26 that are crossing lower that we have been mentioning for the last few days, mentioning a cool off here, and sure enough now getting that continuation on that increase in sell pressure after yesterday's increase in sell pressure. Again, increasing in sell pressure last week on Thursday, and then continued on Friday to have that continuation with sell pressure. So again, assuming that we do continue on with that sell pressure, we would be looking for that rejection again intraday on our 20-day moving average to possibly retest our 50-day here. So again, that's what we're assuming, is that we will retest our 50-day for that possible either bounce off of our 20 for that bullish candle structure to continue on higher, or that possible sell-off if our 20-day curls back over here. So again, we are not curling over at this point in time. We're still pointing up, looking to see if we do possibly either jump above our 20 here, or again, if we do get that intraday set up to the downside, that will be the watch going into next week as far as intraday. Now, looking at our swing perspective here on the weekly chart, as you guys can see a couple weeks ago, again, mentioning that we did close above the upper end of our channel that we have been getting rejections from multiple times here. So again, multiple rejections, closing above the upper end of our channel, continued on with that strength. Now, assuming if we are going to continue with that swing momentum, we do want to assume that we need to retest our 20-weekly moving average if we are going to cross higher here. So again, going into next week, what we will be watching for is to see if our 20-weekly moving average does cross above our 50-weekly moving average. So again, that's what we're going to be watching out for. We want to see if we do have that assumption on that retest, and again, for that possible bullish candle structure, or if we are going to get a rejection, possible major sell-off, then our 20-weekly moving average will not cross above our 50-weekly moving average and get that bullish candle structure. So again, that's what we're looking for as far as confirmation on that swing momentum. Again, a nice continuation that we did have recently, but now sitting on a cool down, and now looking at our monthly chart again, as we have been talking about, again, looking at our monthly chart, looking for that assumption that we would be rejecting our 20-monthly moving average since we are testing it intraday. And as far as our swing of momentum, this is what we have been looking for as far as our overall strength. Again, this candle has not closed. We still have the rest of this candle to go. 2 more weeks to go till this candle does close. So again, assuming since we were testing our 20-month moving average, this was a solid candle prior, and then now looking at that rejection again, as we did assume, and having that cool down again with our daily 12 EMA crossing below our 26 on the MACD, as we did mention. And again, with our recent strength, again, we did mention that our 12 crossing above our 26 will be key here as far as that long-term momentum. Again, our 12 crossed below our 26. Again, about a year ago, we did have that continuation on that sell-off here. So we are very much looking to see if we will possibly curl back up here, cross our 12 above our 26, But if we do not, then we will have, again, that narrative of our 12 crossing below the median of our MACD for that major sell-off, and then looking for that possible cross later on. If we're going to be looking for any continuation, will be key. But again, this monthly chart has been telling the tale for us here, guys. Again, as we're testing our 20-month moving average, a very strong resistance on the larger time frames, very much on a cool down at this point in time, but very much going to see if we do possibly get any bullish momentum, if we do possibly close above our 20-month moving average going into this month, will be the watch as far as that long-term momentum. And to recap on our intraday perspective, again, closing below our 20-day moving average, looking to see if we will close below 405 for that assumption that we would test 401 since we did drop below our 20-day moving average, or to the upside, if we do close above our 20-day moving average going into next week, we'll be looking for that bullish candle structure that we have not got here above our 416 resistance that we have been talking about, again, from our prior major gap down that we had here. So again, this gap down here at 416 has been the number one watch that we have been watching. And as you guys can see, we have not broke our 416 level, closed above it since we did test and we did look for that possible bullish candle structure. We have not closed above that 416 level. We will see exactly what happens going to Fed minutes on Wednesday. That very much will predicate exactly where we're going to head next, in my opinion. And again, in my opinion, as we have bad data, again, bad PPI data coming out on Thursday that we did have a pullback from, we may assume that the Feds may have a restrictive policy to come, as a lot of them have been mentioning, and that Powell may react similar to those Feds that have been speaking throughout the last week. So again, keeping that in mind, a lot of Feds have been pretty hawkish, mentioning that we have possible increases in rates to come if inflation does show us any more increases like we did again with PPI on this gravestone doji. So again, keeping that in mind, we'll see exactly what happens going into Wednesday. We will be cautious. Now, again, with that said, if you are a day trader, if you're looking for very volatile breakouts, we mentioned pre-market news before market open every single day. Any breakout that you want to be watching before market open every single day, we mentioned in the Instables room for only $15 a month, guys. Go to instables.com in the description below, and you will never miss a breakout today. Again, all of you Instables, I appreciate you guys staying patient, staying cautious. Again, a nice pullback to the downside and a nice follow throughout the gate. But again, very choppy today as we are very much indecisive, retesting our 20-day as we did have a nice bullish move. Markets, in my opinion, very much retesting for that possible assumption on that pullback leading into Fed minutes on Wednesday. We'll see exactly what happens. And again, if you guys do like this video, it does help the channel grow, and I do appreciate it very much. And again, God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in the next video.